I start the reflection, as today is the Feast of Epiphany, and so will be the last reflection in this series, I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to all who have contributed for this since Advent Sunday. We're hugely grateful by the different stories, perspectives and inspirations that each person has brought, so thank you very much. And moving forward, we may restart these again later in the spring, so please do subscribe to our channel, and when we restart, you'll be automatically informed. So to today and Epiphany. I'm going to reflect today on its theme, plus one small section of the daily canticle that we use, the Benedictus. The words from the end of that are particularly special to me, and I often use them in my pastoral work. The words are some which were highlighted by Andrew on Monday. In the tender compassion of our God, the day spring from on high shall break upon us, to shine on those who dwell in darkness and in the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into the way of peace. Epiphany marks for Christians the time when Jesus is first revealed to the rest of the world, beyond just the Jewish nation. Jesus isn't just to be king of the Jews, but he is to be king over all. The Magi's visit is the first time when this is recognised, and the first example of the wider world seeing Jesus as the way, the truth and the life. So beyond the tradition of the three kings, camels and gifts, there is also a deeper truth to find. Not only was the wider world opening their hearts to Jesus in faith, but they were also opening their minds and intellects too. Because of course it was because of the Magi's deep learning, science and intellect that they came to find the Christ child. Now, human beings are unique for explanation and meaning. We thirst for these. We don't just experience things, we want to reflect on them too. Our minds drive us to build theories and meaning around the world and our lives, the whats, whens and wheres, if you like. And our faith can provide some of those answers for us too, especially around the whys and hows. When you hear folks say, "I don't know how I would be managing at the moment without my faith," no doubt they mean that it offers them both comfort and support, potentially explanation, and brings them confidence to soldier on. There are, though, important limits to explanation. We know, for example, that the Big Bang occurred, but we don't know what happened before it. Mystery is beyond the frontiers of scientific knowledge, and importantly, also at the heart of the simplest things and everyday experiences. We will never know, for example, why certain things inspire or delight us, or bring us love, apart from that they come from the mysterious heart of God through his Holy Spirit. St. Paul puts it beautifully: we know in part, and we prophesy in part, and we see like through a glass darkly. The lesson of the Magi at Bethlehem then is that God will guide whoever follows his star with a faithful heart and mind. And that star, the day spring from on high, will be different, unique, almost tailor-made for each of us. God spoke to the Magi through the star, but he spoke to others in different ways. He spoke to Joseph through a dream, and Simeon and Anna, whose story we will encounter again on Sunday, through inner vision and prayerfulness. Our intellect then can only take us so far, and our faith will encourage us to make that journey. The Magi reached Bethlehem by a combination of both learning and longing, and their example will also help us to follow our own sightings of the day spring from on high, so we too can be led through the darkness to the valley of light and peace. And I'll finish now with a poem I discovered some years ago about Epiphany, which sums this up really well. It's called Kid Stuff, and it's by a 20th century poet called Frank Horn. And it's from the Lion Christian Poetry Collection, which I don't know if you can see, is a big book, but full of great treasures. So, Kid Stuff. The wise guys tell me that Christmas is kid stuff. Maybe they've got something there. 2,000 years ago, 3 wise guys chased a star across a continent to bring frankincense and myrrh to a kid born in a manger with an idea in his head. And as the bombs crash all over the world today, the real wise guys know that we've all got to go chasing stars again in the hope that we can get back some of that kid stuff born 2,000 years ago.